Good afternoon, and welcome to the commencement ceremony for the Clyde High School class of 2025. I'm Anthony Pamphilon, principal of Clyde High School, and on behalf of the Clyde Green Springs School District, I'd like to take this moment to extend a bit of welcome to parents, family members, guests, and especially our graduating seniors. To begin our program today, I would like everybody to please remain standing to join Class President Caden Perkins as he leads us in the reciting of the Pledge of Allegiance. Caden, if you could come forward, please.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic of which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Caden. You may now be seated. It is now my pleasure to introduce to you special guests who have joined us today. To my right, Clyde High School Assistant Principal, Mrs. Allison Carter, Guidance Counselor, Mrs. Casey Smith, Athletic Director, Mr. Ryan Greenslade, representing Vanguard, Mrs. Tiffany Leiter, Assistant Superintendent, Mr. Joe Letterhose, Superintendent, Mr. Lucas Messer, Treasurer, Mr. Tom Jeffrey, and members of the Board of Education, President, Mr. Aaron Wilson, Mr. Mike Cleveland, Mrs. Megan Miller, and Mr. Dennis Mosier. I would also like to recognize the outstanding CHS staff seated to my left. It is now my pleasure to introduce to you Superintendent of Clyde Green Springs School District, Mr. Lucas Messer, for comments and remarks.
Thanks, buddy. Members of the Board of Education, colleagues in administration, distinguished members of the faculty, class officers, families, friends, and most importantly, members of the class of 2025. Today is truly a special day. You've done it. You're here with your families, your friends, CHS staff, and our community to celebrate a major milestone. This ceremony today holds even deeper meaning for many of us this year. Across our district, well over 20 staff members have a graduating senior in the class of 2025, and today, each of them will have the honor of handing their own child their diploma. Let's give those people a round of applause, please. It's a moment filled with pride, gratitude, and a bittersweet kind of joy. There's a quote that I believe captures this feeling perfectly. The best part about having kids is watching them grow up. The worst part? Watching them grow up. Today, we celebrate your growth. We celebrate everything that you have become and everything that you are yet to be. I want to start by asking each of you something simple but powerful. Do you believe that greatness is reserved for a select few? Do you believe that greatness is something that you're born with or something that you choose? Many people think that legends, whether in sports, business, or life, were simply chosen for success, that they had some kind of magic, some kind of luck, that made them different from the rest of us. But let me tell you something that may change the way you think. Greatness isn't for the chosen few. Greatness is for the few who choose. That's what separates those who succeed from those who settle. It's not luck, it's not talent, it's choice. Today, I want to talk about the choices that define us, the ones that determine whether we stay in the crowd or we rise above it. All of us know Michael Jordan, the 6-time NBA champion, one of the greatest athletes of all time. Most of us probably know this story, but some may not. In his sophomore year of high school, Michael Jordan wasn't even good enough to make the varsity basketball team. He walked up to the locker room door, looked at the posted list, and his name wasn't there. He had been cut. Most kids would have taken that as a sign, but not Jordan. That night, he went home, locked himself in his room, and cried. But after that, he made a choice. He chose to work harder than anyone else. Waking up at 5 a.m. to train before school, staying after practice to take extra shots, doing everything he could to change the outcome. And the next year, his name was there. That decision, the one to not accept failure, is why we know his name today. So my question to you is this: what will you do when someone tells you that you're not good enough? Will you accept it, or will you work to prove them wrong? Now let's talk about a different kind of greatness, not on a court, but in business and in life. Howard Schultz, the former CEO of Starbucks, was not born into success. Howard grew up in extreme poverty in Brooklyn, New York. His father worked hard, but never seemed to get ahead. One day, his father slipped on ice and broke his hip. Because he had no health insurance, he lost his job. The family was left with no income, no support, and little hope. Most people would stay trapped by circumstances like that, but Howard Schultz made a different choice. He chose to believe that he could build something better. He worked his way through college, took a job at a small coffee company, and eventually bought that coffee company. That company, Starbucks. But here's the powerful part. Because of what happened to his father, Howard made sure that every Starbucks employee, even the part-time workers, had health insurance. He didn't just change his own life, he changed the lives of thousands of others. So let me ask you, will you let your past define you, or will you use it to create something greater? The third story I have isn't about someone famous. It's about all of you. Because in just a few moments, you'll walk across this stage and receive your diploma. That diploma is not just a piece of paper. It's a symbol of the choices that are still ahead of you. Life will not always be easy. You will face doubts. You will have setbacks. You will hear no more times than you ever want to. But remember this: greatness isn't reserved for someone else. It's reserved for those who choose it. Those who choose to keep going when it's easier to quit, choose to rise above the circumstances that you didn't ask for. Choose to believe that your best days aren't behind you, they're still ahead of you. The world doesn't need more people playing it safe. It needs more people brave enough to bet on themselves. As you leave here today, class of 2025, know this: you are ready. You have everything that you need to succeed. You are standing at the starting line of something incredible. All that's left is for you to choose. Congratulations, class of 2025. Now go show the world who you truly are.
Thank you, Mr. Messer. Next, it is now my honor to present the salutatorian for the class of 2025, Quinn Kern.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Good afternoon to all the family, friends, and supporters here today, but especially congratulations to my fellow classmates, the class of 2025. Sitting here together, likely the last time we will all be in the same place, I feel fortunate to have grown up with the class I did. We may have lost some along the way or added a few. My cap is flying away. But we have all walked this road together as the one-day graduating class of 2025. As I think about this day finally arriving and the futures we all have ahead of us, I am feeling triumphant and excited. But I also cannot deny that I am feeling scared, as I am sure the majority of us are. Even with this speech, I told everyone that I wasn't that worried to talk in front of all these people, but I am still shaking. If high school has taught me anything, it's that sometimes you have to do things while shaking. As a kid who went to Clyde Elementary School, I remember my first day walking into Green Springs Elementary School, which Clyde kids had to move to for 4th grade, and I was terrified. I didn't know who I was going to sit with, if I had class with my friends, and if the other kids were nice. I shared this feeling with a lot of other classmates that day. We were unsure of what to do and who we would become. This feeling followed us as we grew up, as we tried out for sports we didn't think we could play, auditioned for parts we thought there was no way we could get, applied for colleges who might send us back rejection letters, and applied for jobs we didn't quite know if we were qualified for. I specifically remember crying over joining a sport for the first time that I ended up playing varsity for. I also remember being so nervous that I was sick when auditioning for a group that became my favorite class to go to. But the common theme with all these things is that we did them afraid. All the times we fought, all the times we didn't think we could push through, all the times we had to admit that we were wrong, we did them afraid. Today, we are sitting in our caps and gowns, happy, confident, and a little scared. We are still doing it afraid. As we accept the job, enroll in the college, enlist, cross this stage, we are doing it, even if our hands are trembling. That is what courage is, something we have all shown that we have numerous times. We are able to move forward, even when we don't know for sure what that is going to look like. When I see the post detailing what we are all planning to do after this day, I see the beginning of our stories and dreams. I love seeing where our paths are going to lead us. Our paths worth walking even if we don't know where they lead. The paths that will have bumps, where we'll miss our best friends, the teachers who mentored us, the nice person we sat next to in one class. The times where we will miss when we were us. But those obstacles make life what life is. And I hope you remember when things get too overwhelming, there was a time we were scared to start high school. And now, through all of the blood, sweat, and tears, it's over. We are stepping into a world that we are not used to. And as many websites I clicked on titled Best Graduation Speeches say, We are standing on the edge of something new. Wherever you go from here, be proud of it and change directions if it isn't right. I implore you to look at the future this way. Do it afraid. Take that leap. To all of my teachers, friends, and family, thank you. I couldn't have done it without you guys. To the class of 2025, see you later. Maybe not at lunch or in the parking lot, but in the memories, yearbooks, and stories. Thank you.
Nice job, Quinn.
Thank you.
Thank you, Quinn. I now have the pleasure of bringing to the podium the first of 3 valedictorians. First up, Delaney Durst.
Hello, family and friends of the Clyde High School class of 2025. This class has achieved a lot and has worked very hard for all of it. Athletically, there are school record holders, state attendees, sectional and district champions, SBC titles, and most importantly, wins against Bellevue. The choirs have competed in district, solo, and ensemble contests and performed very well. Our 5 bands performed over 50 times a year and were chosen for the WTOL Band of the Week this fall. The FFA chapter has 2 state-winning teams in agriculture and ag mechanics, also implementing a greenhouse and recycling for compost or chicken feed. But after our 4 years of doing all of these amazing things, we get to now achieve other things outside of school. As we walk across this stage, we are walking into a new chapters of our life that we are excited and nervous, but prepared for by the faculty and our parents. Between the 168 students graduating, some will continue their education, some will join the workforce, and a select few will have the bravery to serve in our military. Can we stop and think about the big picture for a moment? Those sitting on this stage are ending what we have done for the last 13 years. No more waking up and knowing that we are going to school the next day, then extracurricular activities after on a constant loop. We are now in the real world, where we make our own routines at different times and different places. If you ask any of us sitting in front of you, we would all tell you the same thing. 4 years ago, we had no idea what we're doing after this, or even in the beginning of this year. We have so many options, it's hard to stop and just pick one and roll with it. But that is the beauty in life. If we don't want to continue doing something, we can change it. Change majors, change careers, change where we are living, and change who we surround ourselves with. There's this strange pressure given towards the final years of high school where we are told to choose a career path and follow the steps to get there. But in reality, this isn't true. If we want to change, really want to change, then it's up to us to do that. At any point in our lives, we can change when change is needed. At the end of the day, you are the only one who can change your life. You hold the pen to your story. You can flip the page and start a new chapter. So if you need change, do it, because the person who deserves to be happy is you. Your life will not be figured out the second this ceremony is over, and it shouldn't be, whether you're in your 20s, 30s, 40s, and so on. You have time. You have people around you, and you are capable of changing your mind. So, as the class of 2025 takes their future head on and become Clyde Flyer alumni, Flight 2025 has officially landed. Thank you.
Thank you, Delaney. Our next speaker is Christian Howerton.
Hi, my name is Christian Howerton. Before I begin, I'd like to thank my friends, family, and our Heavenly Father up above. I'd also like to thank someone that's been there for me every step of the way. That would be my cat, Ron. If you don't know who I am, that's probably because I spend most of the class time on the right side of the building in the music wing. I would like to talk mostly about change, not just about the transition into college, but the changes we all experienced during high school. Going into high school was scary. There were a lot of unknowns, a lot of fears, a lot of uncertainty, and a lot of change. Even though time leading up to high school was full of this, a lot of preparation for high school takes place during 8th grade. But due to COVID, we had shortened school time, with us only meeting in person half the days, if at all. This made high school feel very sudden, and many of us felt very unprepared. Awkward page turn. We were overwhelmed by the amount of commitment and communication required during high school, the amount of time needed to complete homework, and the amount of self-discipline. We went through a lot of challenges, but we persevered. We made it through high school to where we are now, ready to graduate. While at first it seems like those challenges hindered us, it actually made us more adaptable. Because of what we went through, we were able to go out into the world and have new experiences. Will those new experiences be tough? Yes. Will they make you anxious? Yes. But all of us here today are proof that we can overcome those challenges. Proof that we can persevere. Proof that we can adapt to change. I encourage everyone here today to keep going into new experiences, whether it be college, the military, or the workforce. Keep challenging yourself. We are the Clyde High School class of 25. If anyone can overcome those challenges, it's us. I know that everyone here is eager to leave and graduate. But let me say just one more thing. I've been talking about accepting and adapting to change, but that doesn't mean that you have to change who you are on the inside, or even the outside. It simply means to be flexible and open-minded. So I repeat, don't change who you are just because the world around you is changing. So, as we move into the next chapter, just know, class of 2025, we've got this. Probably.
Thank you, Christian. Our final speaker is Grace Koth.
Good afternoon, friends, family, and the class of 2025. It is an honor and a privilege to be standing here today addressing all of you. As I look forward to this date, I thought about all 17 other May 18ths I have lived, and I can't remember any of them. I know I have experienced them, but they held no meaningful significance. To me, it was just another passing day. But today, and every other May 18th I live again, I will remember the meaning we are giving it. Today, fellow graduates, marks the conclusion of our journey together. All 12 years of homework, tests, projects, and hallway conversations have muddled together into a memory that we will look back on years to come. It's easy to look at today as just another milestone, another Sunday, except this time with caps and gowns. However, it's important to remember what it took to get here. The teachers and administrators who pushed us to do our best, our friends and family who encouraged and supported us. I'd like to express a personal thank you to my family, especially my mom, for always standing by my side. Your love and determination have inspired me and shaped me into who I am today, and for that, I am incredibly grateful. As we recognize who has helped us along the way, we must also acknowledge the work that we have put on ourselves. The choices you made to wake up in the mornings and come to school, to take the hard classes, to try something new, and most importantly, to keep moving forward. Every decision we have made has led us here. And now, as we reach this point in our lives, we are faced with a future that holds more choices and more decisions to be made. Today, we must decide how we will define our tomorrow. For me and my family, tomorrow's date, May 19th, has held many different meanings. It is a day we have celebrated life and a day we have mourned a loss. However, each new significance doesn't outweigh the previous. Instead, they are added together in a swell of meaning and emotion that can only describe life itself. Tomorrow, I will add a new meaning to May 19th. Tomorrow marks the first day of the rest of my life. Tomorrow's date will be known as whatever I choose to remember it by. So, fellow graduates, I encourage you to embrace the freedom and the willpower you possess. Change the meanings, create new memories, form relationships, take leaps. Treat life as one big opportunity for growth and connection and joy, because the future is in your hands. Congratulations, class of 2025. Today, we celebrate the end of our path together, and tomorrow, we begin a new one. I hope that we all move forward with intention, courage, and the understanding that even the smallest choices can shape the meanings of our days ahead. Our future is ours to define. Thank you.
Thank you, Grace. Can we get one final round of applause for our student speakers today? Class of 2025, I will keep my message short and direct. I have 3 short messages I'd like to share with you. The first message, I will start by sharing a quote. It's simple but powerful. The best way to predict the future is to create it. What does that quote really mean? It means your future is not something that just happens to you. It's something you create. You create it through your choices, your effort, and your attitude. You don't have to wait for the perfect moment. You don't have to follow someone else. You get to make your own path, your story. Some of you will go to college. Some will join the workforce. Others will serve in the military, learn a trade, or take a path that no one has taken before. Wherever life takes you, remember this. You have the power to shape your own story. It's your life, and it's your choices. Follow your interests, chase your passions, and be proud of what makes you different. Message 2, give back to your community. As you step into the next chapter, don't forget where you came from. After today, you will forever be tied to Clyde Green Springs. This community is special, and we thrive because people care, because people give back. Someday, I hope you will be one of those people and get back to the place that has helped you grow into the person you are today. Lastly, and most of all, don't be afraid to lead. We need leaders who care, who listen, and who lead by example. You don't need to be the loudest voice in the room. You just need to be somebody who is willing to step up and make a difference. To the class of 2025, you did it, and we are so proud of you. Congratulations. It is now my honor to present the class of 2025. Mr. Wilson and members of the Board of Education, and as administrator of Clyde High School, I submit to you for purposes of graduation the class of 2025. Each member has fulfilled all requirements set forth by the Ohio Department of Education and the Clyde Green Springs Board of Education. Mr. Wilson, at this time, I present to you the Clyde High School graduating class of 2025.
Dominic Michael Abalone. Diploma presented by his mother, Samantha Abalone. Caitlin Joe Alejandro. Leighton Daniel Alloway. Malaya Jane Alley. Annalisa Maria Fox. Ryan Benjamin Everett. Lillian Sophia Ball. Her diploma will be presented by her mother, Jenny Ball. Anthony John Barboza Perez. Jalen Naomi Barrera, and her diploma will be presented by her mother, Melissa Barrera. Aurora Elise Billow. Jacob Charles Bauer. Mia Lynn Bacardo. Her diploma is represented to her by her mother, Jamie Farrar. Hunter Dale Bagley. Tamaya Aaliyah Bolden. Gavin Tyler Boggs. Hannah Kimberly Bohr. Christopher James Bolton. Caitlin Ray Brown. Joshua Xavier Bolton. Michaela Marie Cantu. Darwin Brown. Addison Lee Carter. Xander Wesley Burrows. Kendall Ann Castor. Leyland Sean Bush. Sienna Rose Cook. Price Allen Carter. His diploma is presented by his father Ryan and Allison Carter. Braylon Olivia Craig. Carnell Rome Charles. Delaney Elizabeth Craig. Demarius Robert Chrisman. Catherine Elaine DeChamp. Tyler Lucas Coleman. Ashley Margarita Delara. Anthony Richard Constantino. Karma Nevea DeQuici. Andrew Lee Crouch. Elena J. Dickman. Jackson Daniel Dashner. Jordan Nevea Marshall Dodson. Gabe Christian Deanda. Delaney Maya Durst. Taylor James Durlam, diploma presented by his mother, Amanda Durlam. Mallory Catherine Eastby. Chase Michael Distel. Lisa Effendia. Jose Luis Dominguez, Jr. Andrea Lynn Emery. Zane Craig Fairbanks. Olivia Grace Fuchs. Samuel Christopher Franks. Briley Michelle Flynn. Joshua Mateo Frederick. Kayla Jean Frankert. Blake Evan Gerstenberger. Zaya Jasmine Frias Vasquez. Owen Dale Gilbert. Alana Faye Star Gad. Aliana Marie Garza. Brennan Marshall Hill, diploma presented to him by his parents, Brian and Crystal Hill. Miley May Glass. Stephen Michael Chumley. Aubrey Marie Gooding. Colin Van Holsinger. Jillian Christine Greiner. Christian Joseph Howerton. Jocelyn May Haas. Madison Grace Hall, diploma presented by her mother, Tiffany Hall. Hunter James Jacobs. Laura Abelberger Hansen. Jacob Hunter Jones. Nicole Hara. Isaac Taylor Kennedy. Michaela Jane Heslett. Caleb Edward King. Aaliyah Faith Hill. Alexander Liam Krinsline, diploma presented by his father, Chris Krinsline. Jenica Marie Hill. Nicholas Andrew Legg. Braylee Renee House, diploma presented by her mother, Danielle House.
Testing.
Thank you, sir. Okay. Yep, we're all good. You're good? Yep. Trent Lee Leiter. Asher Gracie May Kamerer. Jaden Christopher Lau. Kelsey Ann Keithley. Benjamin Isaac Maxwell. Rayanne Lynn Carez. Diploma presented by her mother, Heather Carez. Samuel Robert Michael McKee. Quinella Michelle Kern. Donovan Allen McMaster. Emma Pearl Knight. Braden Charles Patrick McNulty. Olivia Lynn Convez. Diploma presented by her mother, Bethany Convez. Sebastian Hilliard Creed Meadows. Grace Serenity Koth. Cedric Marley Messer. Diploma presented by his parents, Rachel and Lucas Messer. JD Marina Lance. Jaden David Michael Minch. Kennedy Ray Long. Luke Vernon Carter Myers. Addison Riley Martinez. Connor Michael Nearhood. Magia Menese. Trevor Michael Knopfs. Good job, Mike. Casey Mariah Metz. Braden Allen Olson. Diploma presented by his mother, Kelly Olson. Jayla Nicole Miller. Richard Joshua Overmeyer. Audrey Lynn Miracle. Matthew Levi Parkhurst. Lily Amber Marie Mossifin. Bryson Garrett Patinko. Aurelia Felicitas Moya. Diploma presented by her mother, Andrea Moya. Trevor Daniel Peen. Michaela Rose Myers. Caden Philip Perkins. Diploma presented by his mother, Michelle Perkins. Jalen Marie Oberdorf. Dustin Cole Phelps. Clea Lydia Pahoni. Eli Leonard Pumphrey. Rachel Marie Pendleton. Hayden Paul Rex. Rebecca Code Pendleton. Richard Rios Salazar. Sophia Rosabella Persons. Diploma presented to her by her mother, Barb Persons. Sebastian Cristobal Saldana. Emma Jean Irene Lee Pocock. Israel Santana. Addison Rose Reel. Andrew Monroe Slosher. Emma K. Carlin Reel. Taisei Shilzaki. Faith Marie Riggs. Cameron William Shortridge. Mariah Renee Robbins. Braden Scott Smith. Abigail Cheryl Rogish. Tyler James Soper. Gracie Jane Runyon. Diploma presented by her mother, Angie Runyon. William Lyle Stanley. Riley Marie Satterley. Elijah Jacobs Stoltz. Katie Sue Sheets. Joshua William Swartz. Destiny Rebecca Topaz Stetcher. Wesley David Thompson. Sky Marie Jade Stetcher. Carter Christopher Timmons. Alexis Marie Swaysgood. Leland Michael Unger. Claire Christine Timmons. Brian Villarreal. Samantha Jane Weaver. Logan James Wiesner. Diploma presented by his mother, Randy Clark. Kiara Wintereater. Ethan Edward Weiss. Brianna Michaela Izagari. Credence James Wazorek. Brennan Aaron Wilson. Diploma presented by his father, Aaron Wilson. Peyton Christopher Wilson. Caleb Austin Wright. Keller Wildfrost Wyant. Noah Michael Young.
Now, graduates, if you will direct your attention to the center of the track, Class President Caden Perkins will lead us in the singing of the Clyde High School alma mater. Caden, if you could come forward, please. You will find the alma mater on the back of your program, and I invite you to all stand and sing along with us. Seniors, Caden will now lead you in the moving of your tassels. Congratulations, class of 2025. Let's give one final round of applause. Parents and family members, you are now invited to come down to the track and field area to greet today's graduates for photos. Thank you for attending today, and have a joyous and safe afternoon.